It's Gorman in the morning with Fletcher and Ryder. Now, 92 KQRS.
KFC announced an official line of jelly beans that taste like stuff on their menu. Chicken, fried chicken, sweet corn, and gravy. Those are the three flavors. Anybody? Yeah. Are you in on this?
I'll try it. I'm from Kentucky. It's contractually obligated. I have to at least try these.
What were the flavors again?
Fried chicken, sweet corn, and gravy.
I mean,
Yeah.
I could taste a gravy one.
Sure.
Fried chicken. If they're doing the fried chicken, do they have to disclose the herbs and spices?
No, never.
There are no herbs and spices involved in a jelly bean.
But they're going to make that flavor.
As I mentioned yesterday, I saw Oasis over the weekend.
Yes.
And if you want to talk about what rock band has had more KFC than any other, it's Oasis. Like most Brits of a certain age, they live for late night KFC. And those dudes would just get the buckets were flying when I was on the road with them. Here, we played St. Paul with Oasis in 2001, that tour. I've never seen people more excited every single time to have more KFC.
Interesting.
The Brits love them some KFC.
So KFC is like our Taco Bell here, late night Taco Bell.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, when I dropped the bomb of truth on them, which is that I had actually met Colonel Harlan Sanders, make no mistake, I've never been taller in my life than when those British people were like, wait, I'm sorry, what?
Envy and jealousy.
7th grade soccer trip. School bus pulls into a Jerry's restaurant. Jerry's is like a Denny's.
Okay.
In Elizabethtown, Kentucky. And the white limousine pulls into the parking lot. And this is at a time when you did not see limousines ever in towns like Elizabethtown, Kentucky.
Right.
And we're all like, right away, we're like, who's that going to be? We just assumed it was either going to be the governor, John Y. Brown, Phyllis George's husband.
Right.
Maybe it would be Elvis Presley. The fact that he was 2 years dead didn't stop us from thinking maybe he's still alive.
He is still alive.
Chauffeur jumps out, opens the back door to a white stretch limousine, and I kid you not, by God, Colonel Harlan Sanders steps out of the limo. Cane, bolo tie, white three-piece suit, the whole thing.
Go.
Like he's just off of a photo shoot. And he pulled in because he saw a school bus. And he looked over and he was like, "Hello, children." And he waved. And what did we do? We all ran to him as if he was the Lord, our Savior.
Like
we didn't know what else to do.
Like he was Santa.
We just went, "Ah!" And everyone ran and surrounded him. And he just shook all of our hands. And he just kept saying, "Hello, children. Hello, children. Hello, children." And then his chauffeur goes, "Okay, guys." And he put him back in the limo and they drove off.
You know what we call it?
It was like something you'd see on a Simpsons episode.
Brilliant marketing.
It was incredible.
He's getting KFC users
and by the way,
future.
Look at my face. I'm still excited about it.
Yeah, I'm excited for you.
It was incredible.
I can't believe the reason he stopped was just to say hi to you kids.
Yeah,
That's
he did.
insane.
He wasn't pulling in to use the John, as they say.
Yeah.
No, he just let me go talk to the children.
Marketing. Marketing.
Incredible.
Yeah.
So cool.
Brilliant.
92 KQRS.
Mike Brody, he's in studio with us right now, and we are already off and running. Mike, are you the tallest stand-up that you know?
I am in my heart.
Okay. But 6'5".
6'5", yeah. I'm pretty tall.
As a kid who grew up playing basketball, I immediately size up everybody I ever meet.
Yeah,
I don't even know I'm doing it.
Yeah.
But you walked right in, and the first thing I said was, "Did you play center, power forward?"
Yeah, you did.
I just assumed. So, that's not that many comedians that I've met that I look in the eye, or in your case, up to.
Yeah, it's very rare. If I had hair, I'd be even more impressive. You know, I could probably be 6'8" if I did it right.
I thought that was intentional because I'll admit I'm still a little intimidated by baldness.
Are you? Why?
Well, just the menacing look. You're a very affable fella, but if you get a mean look, it definitely goes further. Telly Savalas. I mean, half the juice was because there was no hair.
Yeah. I mean, I'm usually the tallest person at a comedy show, and every once in a while, then I'm like, "Oh, my identity." Mm-hmm.
So a Mason City, Iowa guy.
Yeah, that's where I grew up.
And so how big a town? I've heard of Mason City. I've probably been there. How big a town are we talking about?
Slowly shrinking.
Yeah.
Ever since I was born, it's like it was 31,000. Then it's like 30,000.
Okay.
Just slowly, but yeah, like about that size.
So that's the same size of the town I grew up in.
Yeah.
And so did you spend your years in Mason City? Was it I just got to get out of here, or was it like it's a pretty nice place to be from? What was the mindset?
Growing up, I liked being in Iowa because like I lived on the edge of town, so I could go this way and be in a field. I could be that way and ride my bike to the comic book store or whatever.
Gotcha.
So I mean, it was a good place to grow up, but ever since I could first think, I remember being like, I will get out of here.
Yeah, sure.
Nothing but love for Mason City, but
Yep.
I always wanted to move on.
And how early in life do you look back and remember comedy being something that really was like a North Star out there for you?
Well, the thing is, I never even considered being a comic until right before I did it because, like, I'm from Iowa. We aren't told we can have dreams. And of course, it just didn't even seem like a thing that was feasible. So, but I grew up watching it, like all the cable shows. Like there was like MTV's Half Hour Comedy Hour, A&E's Evening at the Improv, Comics on the Road. I devoured all of it. I watched like Second City, like sketch comedy and stuff like that. Like I was obsessed with it, but it never occurred to me that I could do that. Oh,
I got you. I can relate to that as a drummer or someone who wanted to be a drummer.
Yeah.
I was in a town called Hopkinsville, Kentucky, and I'd be like, "Hey, man, we should start a band," and the response would be, okay, never mind. Let's play more basketball in the driveway.
The other problem with trying to start a band when you're from a small town is like it's hard to find band members. Like whenever you see like an ad at a bar for a band, there's always one person whose age doesn't match with everybody else.
Of course.
Because they have to fill out the band. They're like, there's 30, 20-year-olds, and then somebody's 50-year-old uncle playing drums.
Right. Yeah. No, I was going to say the very same thing. There's always an uncle.
Yeah. But yeah. No, and then I was in college, and there was some open mics in town, and basically somebody came in and was like, I did an open mic and I killed, and I was like, I could do that.
Where was this?
That was Iowa City, University of Iowa.
Oh, okay.
I was bartending there. And
Got it.
Yeah, and then I just there was a club in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. That was just like 25 minutes away, and I'm kind of impulsive, and I was like, wait a minute, I think maybe I can do that. So I cased it out and I did it, and honestly, I was immediately the best open micer in the state, not because I was great, but people. There was a woman that went up there with a vacuum, and she would just go Elmo as she vacuumed, and it wasn't some art project. She was just
Elmo.
Yeah, I don't know what she was going for, so it wasn't a high bar.
Okay,
at first.
Did you ever get hammered with Chad Greenway, a former Viking? Chad Greenway, he was at Iowa around the same time, wasn't he?
What year would that have been?
2001.
That was I just graduated.
Oh, all right.
Damn it. I think apparently Ashton Kutcher was around.
Oh.
He wasn't famous yet. He got discovered. The only person to get discovered in a bar in Iowa.
Is that he's the one?
Apparently they saw him and they're like, I don't know. But yeah, so that was around that time.
And they never went back because they were like, we got one.
Yeah, they missed me.
It.
They
we
missed
got
me.
the one guy.
Yeah.
Every now and again, Roy Marble turns up. I was the next Jordan, I swear to God.
Oh, Roy Marble.
7 people out there remember that guy.
Yeah.
Mike Brody's at Laugh Camp Comedy Club. That's tonight and tomorrow night, 8 p.m., both shows. And what I'm told is you're a big music fan.
Yeah.
And so as a kid in Mason City, high school, early 90s, first concert you saw?
The first concert I saw.
Where was it and who was it?
I wouldn't even describe it as a concert. It was a show.
I like it already.
Do you know what I mean? I went up to I was 16. I went up to Mankato, Minnesota, and I saw 4 punk bands play in the back of a pizza place.
Yeah, you did.
Nice.
Big Drill Car. You wouldn't know who they are. Big Drill Car and Sensefield and Marble and State of the Nation. That's what they are. Yeah. And it was like spray painted in the back. There's actually a video of it online. I didn't know. Somebody filmed it. And then 20 years later, I found it on YouTube, so it's kind of crazy.
You could watch love, this is a thing with me. When I see a photograph that not only I've never seen, but I didn't even know existed from earlier in my life, and when I first got on Facebook, and I was the last person I know to finally take the plunge, and I hooked up with a few people from high school or even before, and all of a sudden they'd be like, hey, I found this in my mom's closet, and it's a photo of us in 9th grade that I'd never seen, nor did I know anyone with a camera, and I will stare. I mean, that blows me away.
Yeah.
To see the footage of the first concert I ever saw, I would kill me.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
What
I
a
think there's
gift.
people stage diving, and like one of them's me.
Oh,
Yeah. Nice work.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So that was a good first one.
And being 6'5", people caught you?
Yeah, they didn't have a choice.
Yeah, right. So a lot of stage diving in your life, or was that a hit it and quit it thing?
I mean, there was like during my teenage years, and then I got older, and I'm like, I don't want other people's sweat on me,
right?
So I'm not. I'm more of a. If I go to a show now, it's like I'll be the guy in the back nodding.
Okay.
Like
in a bubble.
Yeah. Be like, yeah. I'm like, I'm really enjoying this as I stand totally stationary.
Right. Familiar.
Do you ever play anything? You ever pick up a guitar and try to make that make sense?
Again, even when my friends were in bands, I was like, I can't do this. I had no musical talent. They had me as the singer of their band for a week, and I kicked myself out because it was so bad.
Okay.
I was so shy, and I just stared at the floor. Just kind of like it wasn't going to work out.
Right.
Everybody that found out that I did comedy later was like, what? Like it didn't make any sense to them because I was more of the observer and quiet kind of thing, So,
the first time you did that, when you you have this impulse, you jump up, you do a quick open mic set. Did it feel like oh yeah, this is right, or was it almost like I'm daring myself, or I mean, what do you remember about that very first time? Because oftentimes I've heard people say they killed the first time. And then the second and third time, they just died up there,
Right. Well, the first time I packed it out with my friends. I worked at a bar, so you have all and there's waiters and waitresses and all that stuff. So I invited them all. So 50 people showed up, and I did kill. I mean, it was and obviously our perception of it. If I looked back now at I would be horrified. Yeah. I'm sure.
Of course, yeah.
But I remember instantly. I remember driving back and calling my parents and being like, "I think I'm going to do this forever." Like it was
awesome.
The feeling of it's a real nice pat on the back.
Yeah.
When you get up there, and then my friends came for the first 5 or 6 shows. So I was I was feeling pretty good. And then the 6th show, they go, I'm good. And then I realized it's hard.
Yeah. Sure.
Because comedy is when comedy is done well, everybody in the audience thinks they're your friend. Like you've connected with them, and they see you, they understand where you're coming from, like a friend would, and that's the trick. And it's hard to do. Even if you're an air quotes jerk on stage, you're the jerk they know and they love, right?
Right.
And so it's easy when it's for your friends. You don't have to come in and tell them who you are. They already know your perspective and where you're coming from. And so when you do it with strangers, that's where it gets hard.
Yeah, I often pose that question. What made you think you could get up in a room full of strangers and keep their attention? But we were talking before we turned on the mics about the difference between the greatest basketball player you ever met and the worst player in the NBA is a huge difference. And a lot of that is work ethic and the little things. And to be the kind of comedian that can immediately capture the attention, it's a lot of, I would imagine, it's like a whole lot of push-ups along the way to make it natural. So you that guy's very comfortable up here doing this. Well, it's only because, whatever, the 10,000 hours or whatever you want to call it.
Exactly. It's like you get up there and you tell a joke and it kills, and then the next night you go up and tell the same joke and it eats it, and you go, you can't figure out why.
Right.
When you're new, you go, I don't understand. I told the same joke. And then now, as you do it more and more, you go, oh, I flubbed this part, or they don't understand. They're not from here. They don't understand that part. And so you understand as you go. Mm-hmm. And when you start off, you're kind of like, I hope people laugh. And then at some point you get you just naturally go, they're gonna laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Even if it's a tougher show,
sure.
they're gonna. You just have that kind of confidence, I belong here, and it takes a while, but.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mike Brody's with us on Gorman in the morning. He's at Laugh Camp tonight and tomorrow night, 8 p.m. both shows. All right, I got to get to this. I've never been on a cruise.
Okay.
By design. Mm-hmm. There's just something about the idea of and I know that what's the percentage of cruises where everybody gets sick is very, very small, but I have this idea that I just diarrhea to me is a personal thing. I want to be in the privacy of my own home.
Right.
But you've performed on a lot of cruise ships.
Yeah.
Is there any generalities that actually apply? Is the audience more fun? Are they more drunk? Are they more, or is it just like any comedy club? You never know what you're getting.
Well, to be clear, I'd never been on a cruise before I started doing comedy on a cruise.
Okay.
So I'd never been. They pay me, so it's like,
sure. Well,
there you go.
That changes everything.
Right.
Yeah, no one's offering me money to get on a cruise. Yeah. That's a good point.
It's fun, man. I get to go. I get to get paid to go do comedy, and at the same time also see an exotic, tropical or the UK or whatever. It's fun. But to me, it feels like a comedy club. When you're in that, they have a little space built for it. It looks like a comedy comedy club. It feels like comedy club. The audiences are, they're on vacation, so they're in a good mood.
I was going to say they're on a ship, and you know what I mean. So they have to be like ready to laugh, right?
Yeah. And as far as like, I have not experienced a poop cruise, if that's what you're
right. Sure. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But you're on stage, you're performing for a bunch of people, and then you leave, and as opposed to going to a hotel or going home, you the next morning you're up there getting your breakfast, and they're like, "Hey, what's up, dude? Saw you last night." It's, there's not a lot of separation.
You're on all the time.
Yeah.
There's no like you're eating your pancakes and somebody's like, "Hey, last night," and you're like, "I haven't had my coffee yet," But I had a guy heckle me once, and he walked right in. He was obviously very drunk. He sat in the front row, and I hadn't even like. Sometimes if somebody heckles you in your middle of your set, you're like, "Oh, that hurt." But when somebody heckles you before you've even told a joke, you're like, "This guy just wanted to heckle," know. And he came in and he sat down. He goes, "When are you gonna be funny?" And I just go, "I don't know, in like a month when you sober up or something like that." Like I said, I threw something out. He came up to me 4 days later, and he goes, "Hey, I think I was kind of drunk on Monday." He goes, "I'm sorry. I think I heckled you. I apologize." That doesn't happen at like a comedy club. Right. You don't see them again usually.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Sure.
So it's like a small town. You end up seeing the same people, and you're like,
That's a good point.
"Oh, there's Otis."
What's the longest cruise you've been on?
I think like 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but usually, I mean, I do them like 3 days.
Okay, that's right. It's 3 weeks, though. Where was that one?
That was, I mean, they were all back to back, the longest one altogether was 2 weeks, like going to Hawaii.
Oh, yeah.
And then the other one was a Caribbean one where I just, I had 3 contract tracks in a row.
That works.
Yeah. Because sometimes, in the Midwest, where we're obviously at, it's cold, and then the summer people want to go out and jet ski, and they, da-da-da-da. So, like, it's there's more cruise opportunities in the summer because you're like, there's not a lot going on,
Is it? I mean, I'm afraid I'm going to be dispossessed of a long-held notion, but I mean, how realistic was the Love Boat? Because when I was a kid, Friday nights, man. All about ABC Love Boat.
Yeah. I mean, I think one of them was from Iowa, so full circle.
See?
Right?
Yeah. Julie McCoy?
No, it was...
Doc. It was great. Gopher. He was a politician, was he not? Wasn't he in Congress?
Yes, he was, yeah.
Sure he was.
Before
That's
Caitlin
right.
Clark and Slipknot, those were our celebrities.
That's right.
You had Gopher and Radar.
That's right.
MASH.
That's right. We did.
Ottumwa, Iowa.
And then a lot of like John Wayne was born here. Johnny Carson was born here. Like they lived here for 6 months as a baby.
Sure.
We really had to claim.
Yeah.
Buddy Holly died here. We were really low on celebrities.
Not the same.
No.
Not the same. Mike Brody is at Laugh Camp Comedy Club tonight and tomorrow night. What's the last concert you saw? Like not a gig in a club, but like a concert, like arena or stadium, like a big show.
Yeah, it can't be the back of a pizza joint either.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I've only been to 2 concerts. I'm a big punk guy, so like I like my small venues and stuff like that. But 2 concerts. My family, for some reason, is a big Bruce Springsteen family, and so they, my parents,
for some reason, as if it's still a mystery to you.
No, and just like the fact that like they kind of impose it on you, like you will like this man.
That's every Springsteen fan that's ever lived.
Correct. That is absolutely correct.
So, and I like Bruce a lot, but I'm not a big arena guy. But we went. I've seen Bruce Springsteen with my family twice, and so the last one was I don't remember which tour it was, but he was really good. He's really good at certain people like Iron Maiden and Bruce Springsteen. They're good at like making the people in the very back feel like they're part of it.
Yeah.
And I was I was in the bathroom and I was using the urinal, and there's a bunch of people. His audience is older. I mean, it's been around forever.
Yeah.
Bruce Springsteen, right?
Yeah.
And we're all peeing, and this guy walks in, and he leans up, and he does the double lean where he puts his hands against the thing. And then he just yells, he goes, "How's your prostate, boys?" And everybody's like, we relate to this.
Yeah, sure.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
We're going to play a little WTF. We call it Wisconsin, Texas, Florida.
Yes.
So I've found some stories. I'm going to play a little audio for everybody here, and then the job is you tell me if this story happened in Wisconsin, did it happen in Texas, or did it happen in Florida?
Quick question.
Yeah.
Is it one from each, or could they be from anywhere?
They could be from anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, mixing it up.
mixing it up. It's
elevated the difficulty level.
It could easily be from one from each. It could easily be all three from the same. These are the chances we take here.
Yeah.
All right.
On WTF.
Like I said, at first we made sure it was one of each, but now as we've done it a few weeks, time to raise the difficulty level a little.
The first story we're going to get to, a little troubling incident. A boyfriend and girlfriend discussing their wedding, possibly where they should get married, and then there's a little knife play, and then suddenly you have a stabbing.
Oh, that'll happen.
A woman is charged for stabbing her boyfriend over a wedding venue. 22-year-old Kaylee Branter is charged with first-degree reckless injury. The incident happened last Wednesday. Now, according to the criminal complaint, officers went to a home in for a domestic incident. A victim says he was stabbed in the neck by his girlfriend. He says they had a disagreement about possibly using their house as a wedding venue, and she attacked him without warning. She used a knife. Detectives say he had 4 injuries. The victim admitted to hitting Branter. Fox 6 reaching out to the victim today, but he said he did not want to talk to us about the case.
No, probably not.
Do we know if they went through with the marriage? Because I think that'll change my answer.
You think that's going to impact
We don't have that information available, I'm sorry to say.
Flying blind here.
Flying blind.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so somebody wanted to have the wedding at the house.
At the house.
I feel like somebody was trying to
cheap out?
Yes, very much cheap out.
Limit the budget, yeah. And True Love responded with a knife.
That's right.
So there's one.
If he loved her, he would have booked the palace
See,
or
that's
whatever
what it is.
was.
That's exactly right.
All right.
Or that Airbnb private jet.
Forget the honeymoon. We're all about the venue for the wedding.
That's right.
Okay. So
right.
there's one. How about
Stabbing over the wedding at the house.
How about number 2? A gentleman decided for whatever reason he needed to poison his nemesis. His nemesis turned out to not be who or what you may be expecting.
A mighty oak tree carrying the weight of history. Here for 600 years on a plot of land on Baylor Street in busy downtown. This is the treaty oak, so named because historians say treaties between Native American tribes and the were signed underneath its towering branches so long ago. But not so long ago, this tree nearly died. There was an outpouring of concern across and beyond for the tree that was suffering.
The people of responded, with outrage and love, and people came here and prayed and dropped off, the chicken soup and that sort of money. They left money, crystals.
Police arrested Paul Stedman Cullen.
It came out in trial that he was in love with his counselor at his methadone clinic. He drew a magic circle at the base of the tree and it would put in something or his burned love or whatever. And so as that tree would die, so would his love or her die. And so it was like a magic ritual or some sort of spell or something like that.
That all makes tons of sense.
Poisoning the mighty oak tree.
Okay.
Wow.
All because of his counselor at the methadone clinic was spurning his love, and he decided this would be helpful.
I'm still
Take it
stuck
out on the tree.
Yeah, I'm still stuck on people thought they could cure the tree by bringing chicken soup and crystals and cash.
You could cure me with those things anytime I'm sick. I mean, make no mistake about it. If I'm under the weather, bring me soup and cash every time.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just dumbfounded by
all
the
right,
whole thing.
all right. So that's 2.
Good Lord.
Okay.
So we've got the poisoning the oak tree. Now, for our final story today, Wisconsin, Texas, or Florida. This is a good old standard. I always love these. A friendly woman doing her part to assist in law enforcement.
This woman is accused of pretending to be a police officer.
Police say she flashed a badge and gave a man a written traffic warning over a parking spot in a Walmart parking lot. Fox 35's Randy Hildreth is live in County. Randy, good evening. It turns out that the badge she had was real.
Yes, that badge was real, but they also say that badge was not hers. And tonight she faces multiple charges for her alleged actions.
Police say this woman, Alexis Rosati, was playing cop and got busted. It started after a customer parked in the courtesy law enforcement parking spot at the Walmart on Clyde Morris Boulevard. Police say she gave the customer a fake traffic warning written on notebook paper. They say she took it a step further by flashing a badge they now believe she swiped. Retired law enforcement say suspects accused of crimes like this are looking for power.
Individual thought she had some sort of authority, even though it was bestowed upon herself.
They say report the encounter to a real law enforcement official as soon as possible.
Even though it was bestowed upon herself. I love that guy's wording. I love when people get interviewed and they always use words they would never use in normal life.
Yeah, in a normal conversation.
Bestowed upon herself.
Yeah.
All right, so
she stole the badge because she wanted to use the law enforcement free parking spot at the Walmart.
Yes. And then when someone else took it, she wrote a parking ticket on a piece of notebook paper.
Hopefully it was straight hole punch.
So you've got we got 3 stories. We got a woman pretending to be a cop, we got a man poisoning a tree, and we've got a bride to be stabbing her groom to be over the wedding venue conversation.
And we don't know if they got married or not.
We don't know.
Okay.
But there's your 3 stories. We want to hear from you. If anybody can guess accurately all 3 of these locations, then you will have Offspring tickets. The game is Wisconsin, Texas, Florida. We've already shared 3 stories with you, and we do believe we found someone who has cracked the code correctly. So we're gonna get your votes first, Ryder and Paul. I'm gonna see what you guys think these happened, and then our buddy Donald from St. Paul is gonna let us know what's really going on out there. So the first story that I shared, a criminal complaint about a woman stabbing her fiance in the neck.
Yikes.
After an argument over where these 2 lovers should be betrothed, should be married. Ryder, where do you think that happened?
I believe in a thing called love, and I'm going to say they did get married, and that's only crazy enough to happen in Florida.
Wow. Okay. All right. Paul Fletcher, your thoughts?
I feel a small town vibe in this story and a silly sweetness, if you will. I'm going to go with Wisconsin.
Donald from St. Paul, what's the right answer, sir?
Wisconsin?
No.
That's it. That's it. Bam.
Then I'm going to go with they didn't get married.
Then they did not get married. Yes,
Okay.
All right. We'll follow up with that one. All right, the second story. A man decided to poison a hearty, centuries-old oak tree, hoping to break the spell of cursed love. It was very bizarre.
Yeah.
Who's poisoning oak trees? What state are we in, Ryder?
I am going to say it's mostly because people thought the crystals were going to heal the tree. I'm going to go with Florida again.
Okay, Florida again.
Yeah.
I actually wrote down all 3 states at one point while trying to crack the code on this thing.
Okay.
But we're talking about healing an oak tree. It's bananas.
Yeah.
It's got to be Florida.
I am happy to tell you both. It's the
Donald?
Texas,
the Lone Star State. Damn.
It's the first thing I wrote down. Always trust your gut.
Always trust your gut. And so,
especially a gut like mine.
Third story, we've got a woman pretending to be a law enforcement officer. She's not. She's a fake cop. What do you think, Ryder?
I'm just going for the Florida trifecta today, and I'm going to stick with it. So Florida on this last one.
Lean in.
I'm going Florida on that one as well.
Don, what do we got?
Florida.
There it is, Florida. We did use all 3 states. We did WTF in order. Wisconsin, Texas, Florida. You
Nice
like how
work.
I did that?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
And you
Very
know what?
crafty.
By clarifying that it could be any combination, it threw me off. Otherwise, I would have definitely nailed it. So well played, sir.
Well, listen, that's how
Damn
that
it.
goes.
Like
Donald, you
Going
just
to
won
see the
Offspring
Offspring,
tickets. That's fantastic. The
Awesome.
Offspring
Thank you.
at the Target Center, August 15th. Holy smokes. Way to keep it going, fellas. All right, Donald, thanks for calling in, brother. Congratulations.
It's Gorman in the Morning with Fletcher and Ryder, 92 KQRS.
We got a little game we call Beat the Jock.
Yeah.
And oh, baby, we got some callers lined up, ready to rock it. Let's get right to it. Brad from Maple Grove is up first. Brad, good morning, sir.
How's it going?
Going well. Do you want to play Beat the Jock against myself or against Paul Fletcher? It's your choice.
Let's do Paul Fletcher.
Ooh.
All right, Fletcher. You're
Okay.
on the
Headphones off.
clock, dude.
Yeah.
Headphones off.
All right. So, Brad, your category is going to be current or former game show hosts. You have 20 seconds to name as many current or former game show hosts as you can. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Ready, set, go.
Pat Sajak, Ken Jennings, Steve Harvey, Drew Carey,
10 seconds.
Wayne Brady,
5 seconds.
Howie Mandel, Bob Barker.
Wow. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 7.
I got 7 too. That's not bad at all.
Man.
All right, Fletcher, headphones back on, bud.
Let's bring out Fletcher to see if he's predicting
Okay.
how well you do. Sorry.
What?
Huh?
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Okay.
I can't help but do a Bob Eubanks whenever the opportunity
Ooh,
presents
don't
itself.
say that one, man. Okay, all right.
I just took it off the
You
list.
just
Sorry, Fletcher.
took it off the list. That one's eliminated.
I
Fletcher,
can't use that one?
No, Fletcher, the category is
Cheating.
current, or former game show host. The number you need to beat is 7. You have 20 seconds. Ready, set, go.
Bob Barker, Alex Trebek, Ken Jennings, Drew Carey, Dick Clark, Pat Sajak, Woolery, the Woolery guy, Richard Dawson,
4 seconds.
Ken Ober.
Wow.
I'm not giving you the Woolery guy. And there was another one you
Chuck
just got the
Woolery.
first. Yeah, now you said it.
Well, I gave his last name.
Steve, what do you think?
I think you got to go both. I mean, you could.
come on.
I thought you were talking about a woolly mammoth. Ken Ober. I'm just gonna, dude.
Remote control.
Heavy props for that one.
Hey.
Yeah, that was really good.
Dude, Remote Control is a top 5 favorite show for me ever.
4, 5. I got 8 though for
Dude,
Fletcher.
I got 8 for Fletcher too, man. You're winning that round. Bummer there, Brad.
Man,
Sorry, Brad. Well,
Sorry,
I
Brad.
am, but I'm not.
Well played. Fletcher had it. Fletcher had it in for you today. All right, let's go on then. Luke from Waconia. Luke, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
All right, brother. Looks like you're going to compete against me for this round.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and remove my headphones, and then you guys let Luke know what we're doing.
Okay. All right, Luke, ready? Here we go. Your category is brands of toilet paper. We need you to name as many brands of toilet paper as you can in 20 seconds. Are you ready, bud?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, ready, set, go.
Charmin Ultra, Angel Soft, Scott, Quilted Northern, Cottonelle, 7th Generation, that stuff from Target.
7 seconds.
Dude wipes, I'm going to say.
Okay.
That single-ply stuff from every public bathroom we've ever been in.
I'm going to give you that one, too. Steve, headphones back on.
Oh, I love that he threw out dude wipes. Oh, God, we're doing it all over the place. All right, you know what? Was Steve back yet?
Yeah,
Steve, are you there?
back.
I'm here.
All right. I think I got it in before he was there.
Yeah. What did you get? 8?
I got 8.
I got 8, too. Okay,
Yeah.
Steve, the number you have to beat is 8. And the category is brands of toilet paper.
Oof.
Ready, set.
8?
8?
Yeah.
Yes. Ready, set, go.
Charmin. Oh, for God's sakes. Angel something. Scott.
Yeah. 10 seconds.
This is ridiculous. I just go with Charmin. Dude wipes. I know that one.
Okay.
There's more than one Charmin, so we'll give him 2 Charmins, and he
for
still only
God's
has
sake.
5.
Yeah. Boom.
Sam got 8. Who knows 8 toilet paper brands?
I don't know if there are more than 8.
But
What's
you're
that?
going to Farm Aid, man.
I mean, in
Hey,
fair,
that's amazing.
yes,
That
well
is
done,
amazing.
well done. In fairness, he said every single ply you've ever had in a bad gas station, something like that, and Ryder gave that one to him. So
That was his last. That was just gravy on the potatoes.
You know what?
There.
It was points for creativity. So.
Congratulations to Luke, and my sincere apologies for the IBS you're clearly struggling with throughout life.
Connect with us on the KQ Talk and Text line. 651-989-ROCK. That's 651-989-ROCK. 92 KQRS.
A Delta connecting flight had a close call on Friday at Minot International Airport in North Dakota. A close call with a B-52 bomber.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the pilot talking to everybody on the flight real quick.
Sorry about the aggressive maneuver. It caught me by surprise. This is not normal at all. I don't know why they didn't give us a heads up, because the Air Force Base does have radar, and nobody said, hey, there's also a B-52 in the pattern. Long story short, it was not fun, but I do apologize for it, and thank you for understanding. It was kind of not a fun day at work.
Not a fun day at work, he says there at the end.
I would appreciate that if I were on that plane. I'd be freaked out by the aggressive move, the go around. But then what you're left with is I had a go around last year. Not a word from the pilot ever. It's like, dude, what happened? What was this?
Right.
I'd like to hear. So good for him for spilling the beans.
And pilots have such great calming demeanors when they're on the mic. You know, it sounds like he's reading a story to his child.
You could tell he was there's a much longer clip. You could tell he was real irritated with what was happening at that tower.
He was irritated. I had I was on a Virgin Atlantic flight, so a British airline, and had to go around at Heathrow. And the guy came on and he said, among other things, he very calmly said, Upon arrival, I noticed another plane on our runway, and I thought it best to avoid contact. And I was like, wow, the Brits are just super cool.
Yeah, right? Best to avoid contact.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Most of the bands that we all love and go see, they're on the road full time because they really have to be. And you think to yourself, well, I mean, my God, how many tickets do you have to sell to turn a profit? The answer might very well surprise you. Because, boy, you talk about the haves and the have-nots. That's the music industry. There used to be a very vibrant, healthy, what you would call middle class. Theater bands could go make a wonderful living playing theaters. That's kind of way in the rear view these days. You're either arenas and stadiums or you're just fighting it out for the scraps. There's a band called Something Corporate, and they have offered a breakdown of what they do on the road in terms of live music.
Okay.
They played a recent concert. Tickets went for about $70. Now, the face value, the band set the price at $56. Where does the $70 come from? Well, $14 in fees and nonsense that get tacked on. We're all familiar with the fees from Ticketmaster, et cetera, et cetera. It's a crock. It might make the experience easier if you don't give a crap how much you pay, but otherwise it's kind of tough to deal with those fees.
They're all made-up fees. That's the part that's so hard to swallow.
100%. So you've got a $56 ticket immediately bumps to $70. So, okay, 70,000 tickets. So at that price, the show in question, there was a chance for the band to generate potential of $200,000.
Off of one show?
From one show.
Okay.
Right off the top, the venue was taking almost a little over half that, $104,000 in fees related to the venue. Now,
that's all the people that work there too, though, right?
That's the entire staff. You think about how many people are actually on the payroll for a gig at a venue. I mean, you just go to First Avenue.
Yeah.
A minimum a dozen people getting paid to be there. But it's far more. But I'm saying, but you know,
I would say more like probably 30 people.
Yeah,
you got
sure.
the bartenders, you got all the security. You know,
got 5 people at the door alone just at First Ave. You know,
so if it's a theater, just keep going at. So now you get under $100,000. The band doesn't take their cut because they have an agent's commission, they have a manager's commission. There's fees, there's payroll for the band's own crew. Long story short, the band makes a profit of about $10 a ticket. That's
off
what's left over.
ticket?
Off a $70 ticket for this one band.
Wow.
That's insane.
That's insane. There's a huge difference between generating money and earning money. A lesson I learned for years and years and years on the road. Never will complain about making a living playing music, because the minute you pay your bills as a musician, you have won the lottery.
For sure.
Because 99.9% of everybody who ever picked up that instrument can't say they've done that.
Right.
That said, there's a big disconnect between what people assume you're making and what you're actually making. Unless, of course, like I said, there's that line you get to where suddenly, you know, the difference between when you see a band that does like 3 nights in a theater versus a band that does 1 night in the arena. Trust me, the band that's doing 3 nights has a lot of repeat customers. The guys in the arena come in, you set up once, you break it down once, you get you get the same numbers, but it's different people. And then there's just this magic line you cross where suddenly just add a 0 to what you thought you were going to make. And most people never get there. If you're not selling out arenas, you're still fighting for scraps. It's the modern reality of touring musicians.
And some of those fees would go away when you do a 3-night stand in a theater, right? Because you're gonna cut down on some of those costs because you're not loading in and loading out multiple times. That's true. But you've got union. If it's a union hall, you got all the union guys there every single night. The idea of just 1 load in, 1 load out for 7 times the number of people. That's a big difference. You start talking about arena shows versus theaters, stadium shows versus arenas. Yeah, it trust me, do the math. Like AC/DC right now, and we'll discuss that. We'll recap a little Akadak at the stadium last night. How many shows are on their North American tour? It's under 20.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
Where historically they would come and play 60 arena shows.
Right.
Trust me, the math adds up where it's like, well, if we can just get in and get out and just do 20 of these stadiums, it might be the same number of tickets, but your costs are so far down. Nowhere near the number of hotel rooms, nowhere near the number of flights, nowhere near the number of days you have to pay your crew.
Yeah.
The band playing fewer, bigger shows, that's when they're taking home all the cake. And the AC/DC guys, they've been eating cake for a long time, so they're doing just fine.
And they deserve it, too.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
How many hours of our lives have they given us where we're like, yeah, I need to hear that song again.
Oh, yeah.
And to quote the great Angus Young, when accused of rewriting the same 8 songs over and over and over, he said, that's an insult. I rewrite the same 6 songs over and over and over. And by
so
God,
good.
They are. Well, yeah. I mean, when you stumble into greatness, hang on to it. You know what I'm saying?
It's Gorman in the Morning with Fletcher and Ryder, 92 KQRS.
Elizabeth Reese is in studio. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Coming in hot today. Hi, you guys. Thanks for having me.
Just a ray of sunshine in the morning, aren't you?
I do wake up kind of happy, but believe me, at about 8:45 p.m., this girl shuts it down.
Brings it down.
Brings it down.
All right, let's get into it. Rank you very much. Disgusting foods that actually exist in the world. Elizabeth, as the guest of honor, why don't you give us your number 3 pick?
Okay, well, number 3 pick. This is one, too, that I have actually consumed. So I'm going to do
Nice.
this.
I love that.
Wow, that's impressive.
And I do want to be respectful because this is like a culturally appropriate food for many Mexican and Mexican Americans, okay? But I tasted this food, and I do consider myself a pretty adventurous eater, and I had to spit it out on live television with Andrew Zimmern. He was on the show.
Well, what a flex.
So it's tripe, okay?
Oh, yeah, sure.
So tripe, TRIPE, is cow stomach.
Yeah.
And it is known, it's made into soups in Mexican culture where it's like considered, sort of like matzo ball soup is like the Jewish penicillin. It's sort of like that idea.
Yep.
Where they say that it's really healing. It's amazing to have. So there are lots of restaurants in the Twin Cities, I think, that serve like a tripe soup.
Accurate.
I forget what it's called. But it's a real textural thing.
Textural thing.
It's like a spongy stomach lining.
Yeah.
As one would imagine what putting a stomach lining in your mouth would be like if it's sort of simmered gently in a broth. There's no crisp factor going on here.
Oh,
and so I ate it, and I like couldn't do it. And it was just, the flavor of the actual soup. I remember feeling like, okay, this is nice,
sure.
this brothy situation. But that bite of the tripe, it's just, and I'm really about nose to tail eating. And I can't do it.
That's a strong one. Now, I did not have haggis on my list, but I will say I have tried haggis and spat that right out, too. The Scottish sheep's bladder stuffed with mincemeat and ground up heart. Yeah. Same thing.
Heart?
One
Is it
bite
sheep heart?
and just immediately went.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah.
I hope it was sheep heart. That's what they said.
Yeah.
That's the bladder.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What an interesting choice to be like, hey, you know what? We're going to put this in.
Or no,
bladder.
Or the stomach.
Or the stomach.
But yeah,
okay.
you just take it out. Oh, it's disgusting.
Well,
anyway,
sheep are ruminants. They have multiple stomachs.
But it didn't make my list, but that is something I have just gone, no thanks. Ryder, number 3.
Number 3, it'd be fried tarantula. And I have had the opportunity to eat this, and I said, no, thank you.
Really?
Yes.
Strong.
It's a snack over in Cambodia. I was over there one time. The tour guide stopped on the side of the road. He got back on the bus with like a skewer of fried tarantulas, just like it was a shish kebab or something. And offered it to everybody on the bus, and I had to pass on that. Just it's still big and hairy. It's not like breaded or anything.
Yeah.
It wasn't plucked? They didn't pluck.
Yeah.
Man.
No tweezers used in the creation of these crispy tarantulas.
All right, Fletcher, let's have it.
My number 3 is crispy tarantula.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've never had it. I've never been to Cambodia. And the only reason it's number 3 is because honest to God, these 3 could all be. This is the first time I've ever done this. This whole thing, I don't know if you know this, came together. Me and Eric Perkins and a gal named Ellie Mark created a podcast called Thank You Very Much.
Oh, nice.
We're now into, including this show, we're into 60-some topics for me. No, even more than that, actually. Way more than that. I've never had one where they could all be number 1s.
Got it.
These are all number 1. Crispy tarantula is number 3, number 1.
Of all the things tarantula related, I just like the idea that you could eat it. It's less scary than seeing one walk around. I mean, would you rather have one crawling on your leg, or would you rather eat a crispy one?
Oh gosh, remember that the scene in Home Alone, Harry and Marv, and he comes at him with the crowbar.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Boy, that's a classic.
That's a reasonable response.
Yeah.
My number 3 comes from the wonderful land of Peru, and it's actually a beverage. It's called chicha.
What is it?
It's an alcoholic beverage. Chicha is fun. It's a celebratory drink. They serve it at festivals and social gatherings, and I have a dear friend who's had chicha several times. Okay. It's milky pale in color. This is how it works. They take rotting corn, and women of the villages chew corn and then spit it out.
No.
Oh, yeah. Then they spit it out into a jar to kickstart the fermentation process. They will add it to warm water, and then they will let it sit and ferment for several days. So villager chewed corn added to warm water, it ferments, and then it becomes alcoholic, and it's very rude to turn down an offer in Peruvian culture. If someone offers you a sip, you damn better take a sip, apparently, which is why I never go to Peru.
Now, do they
and
serve
I'll never
this,
go to Peru.
Do they serve this at room temperature, or is it chilled?
I believe this is a room temperature situation.
That's worse.
Yeah.
Okay, chilled, I think I could handle this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So that's my number 3. Number 2, Elizabeth, let's have it.
Okay, well, number 2, we're going to stick with the fermented.
Okay.
Now, these are things I haven't had, these other 2 that I chose. This is a fermented herring that is known in Sweden, and it's called surströmming.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's known for its incredibly strong, pungent smell, and it has a salty, sour taste, but it's fermented herring. And now this is where preparation is key. Pickled herring, totally delicious.
Yeah.
Even though I thought my dad was so gross for eating it when I was a kid. But then as I was growing up, I'm like, this is really tasty. I like this on a little cracker. I'm here for this.
Sure.
But the fermented with its really like stinky smell is not good. And I like a lot of fermented foods.
The question, how long are the winters in Sweden? You just answered it. That starts to make sense to people. That's how long the winter is.
They're pretty long. It's like whatever's here.
Oh, sure.
We got to eat something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's only so much bark you can put down in the winter.
Yeah.
You got to open it up. Ryder, number 2.
This is one that my Navy buddies have told me about, so you're going to find this overseas, and I believe it's pronounced balut or baloo.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's the egg where the chicken has started to grow, but then you feed it somewhere in the middle, and no thank you.
Yeah, it's you just open it up and suck it down, and it's actually the bird. It's actually a bird. It's not like an egg. Yeah, that's I've heard same thing. People in the Navy. It's like we won't talk about the other thing they have to do on shore leave, but the egg that they eat.
They want to tell everyone about it. Yeah.
They really get excited about that.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll come up on somebody else's list, or else you guys did this wrong.
What do you got, Fletcher?
This is really bizarre. This is a bizarre morning. Ryder, I've got balut.
Wow.
Balut is my number 2. Of all the things that could be out there that we could agree, so I looked it up. I researched it. They actually let the egg live for 17 to 21 days, and then they flash boil it, basically.
Yeah, right.
And then you suck out all the embryo and all the junk, and then you actually eat what has formed.
Yeah.
I'm going to just go ahead and no. That's a big fat sack of no from me.
Yeah, that is for me too. What if there was like a baby beak in there?
Yeah, there is. Beak
There is.
included. Yeah. Beak, eyeballs.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Just and then here's the thing that they always leave out. You chase it with rubbing alcohol, which is really weird. My number 2.
Need to. Just
my number 2, Casu Marza from Sardinia, the island of Sardinia. This is a cheese. Interestingly enough, the makers of this cheese, they add early in the process flies, eggs,
and then
the flies' eggs turn into maggots, and then they start to eat the cheese. This breaks down the fats. It gives it a very unique flavor and a very soft texture. And then when you are served the cheese, it has live, living maggots in it, and they just eat it all together.
No.
Oh yeah. Put it right there on one of those crackers you were talking about.
I just wanted to go on the record that I agreed to this appearance with you all.
Yeah.
Prior to knowing the topic.
Yeah.
And I feel like, Ryder, that was
how I do it.
That's what she did on purpose. Hey, are you available? I don't know quite what the topic is yet, but you want to come in? We'd love to have you.
Yeah.
And then it's like, let's talk about stuff that's going to make your stomach churn at 7:25 in the morning.
There it is.
You're welcome. You're welcome for this day.
You guys really turned on me. I thought you were so nice the first time I was here.
What Ryder did is what we call sandbagging. It's called sandbagging.
Bait and switch.
Yeah,
Nothing
much.
like a morning filled with maggots and cheese, ladies and gentlemen. We are playing a little game we call Rank You Very Much. We have all given our number 3s and our number 2s and our top 3 most disgusting foods that we wouldn't eat even for $1 million, basically.
Right.
And boy, this is stomach-churning stuff.
It is.
Elizabeth Reese is joining us from Twin Cities Live in the studio. And Elizabeth, it's time for our number 1s.
Let's be clear.
Let's have it.
$1 million is a lot. I would
Yeah.
probably do. I might even do a spoonful of the maggot cheese for $1 million.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's-
it's game-changing, life-changing money.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Okay.
That's really great.
Well, let's just call it $1,000.
Okay, that's not enough. That's not enough.
Yeah.
Okay, my number 1 is, this is a classic. I think this is really well known as being one of the worst things to eat or even be around, and it's durian. You guys know about this?
No.
Okay, so it's a fruit. It's native to Southeast Asia. This is the thing that it's banned from airplanes. Like, I don't think that you're allowed to even travel with it because the stench is so overpowering. So it has a really strong odor. It's often called the king of the fruits in Southeast Asia because people oddly really like it. It is nutrient dense, okay, guys?
Okay.
There's fiber in it.
Well, that's great.
Nice. It is considered a superfood, but the taste, it's described as like custardy, but it smells so intense. Like you open it up and it's sort of like this oozy thing. It's spiky on the outside, but the inside, there's notes of onion, garlic, and rotten cantaloupe.
I have seen, there's YouTube clips of people, just if you want to watch something beyond disgusting, watch people try to eat that.
And even
the
just
smell
smell
alone just kills them.
It's the smell.
Yeah.
I've never seen it in real life. I would like to.
All right.
But I don't think if you brought it in the studio, I bet people would be really mad.
I won't
even bring hard-boiled eggs in the studio.
No, I
out
used
of
to
respect for Steve.
Yeah, I used to heat up leftover Brussels sprouts in the Twin Cities Live office, and turns out your coworkers, they get mad. And I was like, "What do you guys want? You want me to not be healthy? You want me to not eat these cruciferous vegetables?"
Yeah, Kit Kat doesn't stink like that.
Man, Ryder, you're number 1.
Here's where Fletcher and I are going to split because my number 1, and everyone's going to disagree with me on this, but it's just straight up eggs. It's just out of the chicken's butt eggs.
Wow.
I do not like eggs.
Wow.
They smell like sulfur. I don't want them hard-boiled. I don't want them scrambled. I don't want them over easy.
Okay.
No,
Sam I
thank
Am
you.
doesn't want them.
What about over
Exactly.
medium?
I don't even know
No?
what
Okay.
that means. I
Okay.
don't know what half the terms I just said mean because it's no thank you eggs.
You don't want to visit the chickens in my backyard then and come eat the eggs. I was going to invite you.
I'll take care of the chickens. I'll make sure they get fed. My neighbor's got some too, but yeah, no, they can keep their eggs for themselves.
I'll take your eggs.
I do have to make a quick correction here because I just Googled, do eggs come from a chicken's butt?
Don't.
Okay, just making sure you knew that.
Yeah, I got
didn't
the
think you'd
parts. I
take
know
my
how
word
that
for
stuff
it.
works.
I'm ready to confirm that's not where they actually come from.
If she didn't know that, I was going to say the Lakeville Public Schools failed her greatly.
Right, all right, Fletcher, you're number 1.
Well, everybody stepped on my touchdown calls today.
Yeah.
Kazu Marza. There's no
there it is.
effing way.
The maggot cheese.
There's
Again.
no way. Sheep's milk cheese, Sardinia. It's Italy. Come on, Italy. Get your together.
Don't tell a Sardinian he's Italian.
I will.
They'll be throwing hands in a real heartbeat.
It's in Italy, okay? So
Sardinia is not Italy to a Sardinian. I'm just saying. It's an island.
I'm
hey,
going by the map.
go into a pub in Wales and say, hey, what's it like to be English? See what happens.
Fair enough.
All right,
fair
my
enough.
number 1. And again, I know people who've had all of these, including this one. My buddy Rich, he's a big corporate dude, and he travels the world, and he's been to China many times, and he has enjoyed, sorry, Ryder, virgin boy eggs.
Okay.
Virgin boy eggs.
I'm uncomfortable.
Okay, it's a duck egg that is soaked in the urine of an under 10-year-old boy.
No.
Yes.
No.
In Dongyang, China, this is something they do. They take you soak the eggs in the urine of a boy who has not yet turned 10. They go to the schools and collect urine for this very purpose in this part of China.
Do these kids get compensated? Like, they should get some big cash, I think.
It's an honor to be a part of this. After boiling, the surface of the eggshells are cracked and then placed back into the urine. The urine is then replaced with fresh urine. The process is repeated. It soaks for a full day. Apparently, great for your circulation.
No.
Virgin boy eggs.
I just read, this is maybe my favorite in the description. This is maybe my favorite line. preferably under the age of 10.
Yes, preferably. Yeah.
Preferably. Doesn't have to be, but we prefer it.
That is very strange.
I just love the fact that I could have left off the first two words and just said eggs, and Ryder would have said high five.
Yeah. Well, and here's the other thing, too, that I just read. Virgin Boy eggs do come out of the chicken's butt.
Oh, well, there you have it.
Yeah.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
I'm a big roller coaster guy. I always have been.
Yeah.
Loved them as a kid.
Fun.
I still like them now, although now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably been 10 years since I was on an honest-to-God roller coaster.
Wow.
Oh, you haven't made it to Valley Fair yet.
I have not made it to Valley Fair
Good
yet.
time.
Go,
You got a
go
decent
once,
one.
Go once school is in session and you don't got to deal with that junk. But yeah,
Nice.
it's a fun day.
Yeah,
All
for
right.
sure.
And just because of opportunity, yeah, I'm trying to think. It's been a while. But
Sure.
throughout my life, if you say, hey, there's a roller coaster, I'm usually the guy that says, let's go. Probably because I've never had a problem with one.
That could be.
And there's a place in Ohio, Cedar Point, which everybody says is the best roller coaster park in America. I've heard about this place forever. Never been. And there was a time when I used to think, man, we just book a trip. Take the kids. Let's just go.
Yeah.
My wife is not a roller coaster fan, but both my kids are. So,
Okay.
Never happened. They just opened a new ride a month ago called Siren's Curse. And Siren's Curse
All right.
is it's the first what they call tilt coaster. Here's how it works. A section of the track disconnects from its starting position, and then it turns 90 degrees and then attaches to another part of the track. It's just a weird, fangled way of saying it's even scarier than you think. It looks like the track is disconnected. It's a whole thing. And it's just yet another level of we'll really scare the crap out of you.
I trust physics, so I'm going on this thing.
Yeah, of course. As do I. 160 feet high at its apex. That's 16-story building. It's up there. But here's the problem. It opened in late June, and for the fourth time now, it has broken down mid-ride.
Ooh.
Stopped.
What?
Okay, that's a month.
That's a month. Yeah, 4 times. This week, it skidded to a halt shortly after climbing the tower at its absolute height.
No, thank you.
And then what happened was the fun thing is they eventually said, hey, everybody, you got to undo your straps and you got to get out of the car and you got to come down that tiny little staircase next to the track.
You know that tingling feeling you get as a man down below the belt line?
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting that right now just thinking about this.
Because you're that excited?
No, because I am not interested at all.
There are no shortage of clips on X or /Twitter from other people on the ground going, oh my God, look at those people climbing off a 160-foot tower of the track, holding onto the railing. Yeah, this is a tough one. Now, I like you, trust physics, and I would ride this ride, but I don't know that I'd ride it knowing that it's now stalled out 4 times in a month.
I'm going to need to see some track record. I trust physics as well.
A literal track record,
yeah. I trust physics as well, but also physics can sometimes let us down. Mechanics can break.
I guess that's true. I've never had a problem on a ride like this. I mean, I've had a problem where I got on a ride and I was hungover and it made me sick. But under normal circumstances, no,
not the ride's fault.
Never a technical thing. And I grew up going to a very small, not a state fair, but a western part of a state fair in a small town, and rode the double Ferris wheel. I'd get on the scrambler. I'd get on all those kind of rides.
Sure.
And my memory now, as an adult looking back, the carnies who were setting those things up,
right.
I don't know why my parents let me get on anything that they had been in charge of and operating, but all was well. I'm curious, have you ever had this experience? Because at least once a summer, the story will break somewhere in the world. A roller coaster gets stuck, and people, sometimes they're hanging upside down on those rides, and those are the ones that freak me out. Paul Fletcher.
I've had that exact, you just said it, the corkscrew at Valley Fair. I've been one time.
Corkscrew.
Yeah, probably 15 years ago, something like that.
You were on the corkscrew?
Yep, and it went. I mean, it's not an incredibly scary ride by roller coaster standards
generally
today,
speaking,
but it does have a corkscrew. You do have an upside down, and yes, it stuck upside down.
It stopped mid cork.
Yep, and they were able to. It was not a it wasn't a viral moment, if you will, because it was I don't know. It lasted a few I don't know how long. It was 15 years ago, but we were upside down. They did fix it, finished the ride, and everything was okay.
Okay, so is it mid-cork or is it mid-screw? Now I'm getting stuck on the semantics. Okay, so you're riding a roller coaster. You're approaching the corkscrew, and as you go up and you end up upside down, it just stops.
It just stopped. Yep.
Do you remember, was it like a jerk, or was it you felt it slowing down and then it just eventually crawled in?
If I remember correctly, it was kind of a jerk. We weren't fully upside down, but we were on the precipice of being upside down. And so, it was really strange.
Okay,
that's a little scary.
Exactly how long were you stuck upside down? Was it enough?
I'm going to say a few seconds, I would say.
So did they make any kind of announcement or anything like that? Like, hey, give us a sec?
If they did, it was like we were too far down the track to really be able to hear what they were saying. And that was 15 years ago. I don't remember exactly. And now that I think about it, I think they actually... No, I'm not. I'm not going to make things up. My memory's feeling like they backed us out of it. And backed us back to the...
Okay.
But I could be making that
No
up.
offense, but I have to ask, how drunk were you?
Not.
Wow. Okay.
No, but it freaked me out, man, because I was reluctant to get up on these. I like thrill. I like speed. I've always been around cars, but I kind of like to be in control.
Yeah.
And I do not like heights, so I have to get over the climb. The climb is the part I hate. But once we get past that, and then this happened, it freaked me out a little bit. It took me a minute to bounce back.
651-989-ROCK. Have you had an incident like this ever? I'm trying to think because I've been on so many rides, and I've never even been on a ride. Oh wait, no, I have. Hold on. Hold the phone. Yeah, I did no problems when I was there, but one of my actually craziest roller coaster experiences involved the story I heard after I got off. Is the talk and text line. If you got a roller coaster or other ride story, let's have it. Joe in Rosemount is on the horn. Joe, good morning.
Good morning.
Joe, what do you got for us, brother?
So about 20 years ago, myself and at the time my 10-year-old son, we were on the Dueling Dragons roller coaster down at Busch Gardens in Florida.
Okay.
The premise is there's two roller coasters, a red one and a blue one, and they basically both start out at the same time, and you go up the incline, and then they kind of race, and you see which one wins at the end. Well, we had gone on the one roller coaster, got off, got onto the other one, and started going up. So they go up the main incline with the chains, clink, 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 clink.
Yeah.
And we were the third car back, and as soon as it got up over, and the first cars kind of go over the top of the incline, the whole thing stopped. Stuck.
Oh.
No, thank you.
Now, they do have one of those little platforms, where they kind of walk you down.
Yeah.
But we were the third car, so we were already overhanging on the downward slope.
Yeah.
And there's no platform on that side. So it took about an hour and a half for them to get everybody else down the roller coaster, and then they literally had us have to climb from our car back a couple cars, climb out of the car, then onto the incline, and then walk us all the way down.
Oh, God. No thanks.
Yeah.
Do they give you any kind of safety harness?
That was crazy.
Did they give you a beer and a pat on the back? Did they give you a free pass for life? Anything?
They didn't give us anything, but I've got my wife at the time was afraid, and still is afraid of roller coasters. So we got some pretty good video of us way, way up there for an hour and a half. That's about it.
Yeah, probably didn't do anything to help your wife's fear on that one. Joe, thanks for the call. Casey is in Stillwater. Casey, good morning. Casey.
Yeah.
What do you got for us, my man?
Yeah, in 2006, I was on Wild Thing at Valley Fair with my girlfriend at the time, and we were in the back car, and the brake mechanisms on the train weren't working properly, and they were testing it out, and they let the cars go anyways, and we ended up derailing over on the right side of the track, and if we would have went to the left side of the track, we all would have been in the car and fell about 50 feet off the track, and we had to sit and walk on the rails and the beams across back to the platform and take a nice ambulance ride to the hotel. And I know there were some kids that lost some permanent teeth on there. I couldn't lay down for 6 weeks, and so it was quite an ordeal.
Oh my God, that sounds horrible.
I vaguely remember hearing about this. Casey, people lost teeth?
Apparently so.
crazy.
And we lost Casey.
Oh,
Two words he fell out of the roller coaster just now. Two words you don't ever want to hear with roller coaster is roller coaster and derail.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, stops are one thing, derailing.
The West Edmonton Mall in Canada is the precursor to the Mall of America. It was the biggest mall on the planet forever. They also have a huge amusement park inside Fantasyland. 1990 went there and rode the roller coaster. It was called like the Mindbender or something like that.
Okay.
And we were on tour, and a promoter rep took us, and he knew the guy. Long story short, he goes, "You can ride it a few times in a row. You don't have to get off and wait in line." Nice. I'd never had such a perk in my life. 6 straight times rode this roller coaster. Multiple upside downs, corkscrews, the whole thing. Yeah. After the 6th one, I'm like, that's it. That's plenty. So just a couple of us. We get off, and I was a little wobbly. I was like, oh, my God. I feel like I can't walk straight. It was really exciting. And as we're walking off, the guy goes, "I mean, you know what happened here a couple years ago?" And I'm like, "No, what's that?" And then he told us the story very famously. The roller coaster's back car somehow separated 3 deaths and 1 critical care. For the 4 people, 3 of them were killed.
Oh, man.
It's one of the most horrific things ever. And it was that same coaster. They had rebuilt it and refurbished it. But I was like, I don't think I would have gone for 6 in a row if I'd known that was the case.
No, you would have cut it off at 3?
3. Cut it in half. Absolutely.
We got a couple of texts. James said, "I nearly fell out of the safety lock bar, the bar that's supposed to hold you in, on a coaster called Steel Eel. I only did not because the person I was riding with hauled me back into the seat by my collar." James was saved by the collar.
Good partner next door. Wow.
Yeah.
One other from our friend Maggie, who will be on the show tomorrow, I believe.
Nice.
That's true.
She says, she's a comedian, Maggie Ferris, so I had to verify this was a true story. "I was on a tilt-a-whirl once. The ride started, and then the carny running the ride passed out, didn't stop for a half hour. Many pukes." I said, "This is true?" She said, "Yes.
Yes.
Real story.
Oh, yeah.
County fair in Wisconsin somewhere," she said.
Fantastic.
Damn.
I would have been down with that. I could go for a 30-minute on a scrambler anytime. Big fan of the scrambler back in the day.
Oh, God, a tilt-a-whirl, though.
Gorman in the Morning is also Gorman on the go. Get the 92 KQRS app and stream live or catch the Gorman in the Morning podcast anytime. 92 KQRS.